Do you think Democrats should consider replacing Joe Biden at the top of the presidential ticket? I've had several raise the possibility privately in conversations.
Well, this is a conversation that's been going on for the past 2.5 years.
Oh, snap.
What the?
CBS News YouGov conducted some polling post-debate. We can compare it to the pre-debate numbers. And the bottom line, Alice, it's not any good. It's not any good. Look at this. Voters who say that Biden has the mental health to be president. It was just 35% pre-debate. Look where it's dropped to now post-debate.
Bowling!
Did we get a word? Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
So, you know, every time I talk about Justice Ginsburg, I give a talk or I talk about the book, I always get the question, which is, why didn't she retire?
You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
Things like the village taxes and finances. But that devolved very quickly toward the end of the night when activist Jedediah Brown again returned to the podium and confronted Dolton trustee Andrew.
Requests to reach an agreement and resolve the current situation going on within the fire department. After endorsing Mayor Henyard.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
I don't understand that, and I don't appreciate that. Your house probably not even in Dolton. So when the fire come and the whole town burned down, you really don't give a damn.
Ladies, did we get a word? Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Barred her from speaking at Dolton's meeting last month. Lightfoot released a statement revealing the scope of her findings so far, read aloud by one of the trustees who hired her.
A picture is emerging.
Bowling!
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
Bye.
Sucks, man. What does not suck is that it's Friday, good people. It is Friday. We made it. Congrats. It was a short week, quote unquote. We had the 4th of July on Thursday, but it still seemed like a long week. You know what I'm saying? So we made it. Congratulations, you good people. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm not going to waste any time tonight. If you happen to see the thumbnail or the community post, you know that we're going to get into some Jedediah Brown as far as the last meeting up at the Village of Dolton that was on the 1st. I believe it was Monday. So let's get into it. Earlier this week, like I said, on the 1st, there was another meeting at the Village of Dolton. Two things took place. Number one was something that I had covered previously a couple of weeks ago, was a bigger exposure on a grander scale of what I called either corruption or incompetency on the Henyard administration on their handling of the Village of Dolton firefighters benefits as it pertains to their retirement funds and their insurance. The fire department pulled up and they were organized and it was great. That was one thing that happened at this meeting. But number two, Mr. Jedediah Brown was arrested. What is up? What is up? What is up? Quincy Jackson, motivational speaker, Kingdom MC, educator, father, very good dude. Thank you for stopping by on this Friday. I know you got things you could be doing. I appreciate you stopping by, getting caught up on some of this Village of Dolton stuff. And like I said, like it contained as it pertains to Mr. Jedediah Brown. So Mr. Brown, like we said, was arrested. Everybody knows this. At the meeting, he was there for like overnight, got out the next day. So what I want to get into with Mr. Brown is Jedediah Brown is a well-known figure if you know anything about the Village of Dolton and the Thornton Township. He's boots on ground, he's in the streets, and he's on the screens. Okay, he shows up at the meetings, he's doing live streams, he's just about everything and all things that are Village of Dolton and the Thornton Township. His presence is always felt and is heard. You know he's there and you see he's there. Okay. This man has been stalked by Dolton PD. He's been dragged into court and now he's been arrested. I have opinions as far as about how Mr. Brown goes about his business. I think a lot of people that follow this do one way or another. I posed a poll earlier today and I think maybe about 10 to 12 people replied on it. And the results of the poll was about 70% Jedediah was quote unquote doing too much and 30% that he was getting in good trouble. That is the opinion of those watching YouTube or maybe some creators. I don't know, who actually filled it out. But to be honest, it's not important. I just wanted to see what it was for my purposes. What my opinion of what Mr. Brown is doing there is not important. Why? Because I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Am I concerned about their community? Yes. I'm very concerned about their community. I'm pulling for their community. Like you may have seen in other videos, I'm looking for ways to support the community rather than just talking about them on a camera and YouTube. I'm looking into their municipal bonds, things of that nature. What can we do to actually help them besides just coming up off making videos? So I'm down for that. But I am not a citizen there. I'm not a resident there. So the people that actually really need to be speaking on that are the residents. So that's what I want to take a look at. I want to take a look at how the residents perceive the actions of Mr. Jedediah Brown and his works and advocacy, their boots on ground. Because like I said, my opinion as a YouTuber of what he's doing is not important. And some of our opinions as viewers and consumers is not as important as the people that are actually there. This is their community. This is their lives. This is their real day to day. It's not play for them. So if you will, let me share a screen with you so we can get on into this. And if you don't mind, please, if you don't mind, please hit that like. Or you're going to hear me saying stuff like that. Please hit the like button if you don't mind. And rock the bells. Be like LL and hit that notification bell so you can know when my random live stream come on. I'm trying to be consistent, but my work schedule and my daughter's work schedule is just really messing around. But y'all don't care about that because that's stuff I need to get worked out. All right. Anyway, let me share this right quick so we can get into this right quick. All right. Here we go. Make sure to just share it correctly. Let's make it big. You really don't need to see me like that. Let's get rid of me altogether. All right. ATL, shawty, but you cracking me up at the old Quasi. I appreciate you hollering at me, man, from what's going on out in Huntsville, representing the Alabama area. All right. Right quick, just for S's and giggles. Let's check this out right quick. Dictionary, advocate. Okay. A person who publicly supports or recommends a particular cause or policy. He's a What is going on with my screen? Okay, here we go. And they use it as an example here. He is an untiring advocate of economic reform, right? An advocate, someone that recommends a particular cause of policy. So, what do we have as some examples of some advocates? What do we have as some famous advocates? We've got Mahala. We've got Gandhi. We've got Martin Luther King. We drop down another tier. We've got various actors and actresses. Some of us, I think some of us know these people. I think we know MLK. We know his works and what he did, his works in the civil rights. As it says here, civil rights hero, practiced nonviolence. Perhaps we've heard of Gandhi, right? Was an Indian independence activist and leader who played a key role in peaceful resistance movement against the British colonial rule. All right, Mahala is a Pakistani female education activist and the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize laureate at the age of 17, the youngest ever. All right, and then we've got actors and actresses that have their various causes that typically leverage their celebrity to help further their cause. Is it as big a deal as maybe the people on the top row that may give up lives or have their lives threatened or imprisoned or things of that nature? No, but they're doing something to further a cause. It's more than just living fat off of being actors and actresses. So they have their causes. Now, why do I bring this up? I bring this up because, yes, we know these people, and we know some of the actors and actresses. They're activists and they're advocates of something. But here's the thing. Whether you value them as an advocate typically depends on one of two things or both of them. It depends on A, if you support the overall cause or the policy that it said that they were pushing. All right. If you don't, then you don't see this person or these persons as an advocate. You see them as a troublemaker. You see them as an agitator. If you don't like what they're doing, or the second part is if you don't like the way in which they do it. So the way you view an advocate, number one, it's going to depend on how you see the policy or the cause that they're pushing. Are you for it or are you against it? Number two, do you like how they go about doing it? Are they too weak? Will they not go far enough to get the job done? Or do they go too far? Are they not reserved enough? Can they not hold back when they need to? These are the things that determine how we view an advocate. And the reason I'm laying this out is because this is what I want us to think about when we're trying to look at some of this from the residents' perspectives. I have a small sample group, which again, it doesn't, represent the entire region or area, the Village of Dolton or the Thornton Township, but at least I have something that I wanted us to take a peek into to see what their perspective is. Because like I said, we know Jedediah Brown if we're following this story and Ms. Henyard, and we know she needs to be held accountable. And I think a lot of us appreciate what he's doing, but some of us may have a disagreement about how he goes about doing it. But like I said, let's see what the people's perspective is, because some of these people are great people if you agree with the cause. All right. So now that we've established that, let's pop out into some video here. Unshare that. We're going to pop out to actually the beginning of the Village of Dolton Township meeting and whatnot. I think Channel 9, I believe, news coverage of that. And then we're going to get specifically into Mr. Jedediah. All right, part one.
And this village board meeting here tonight was contentious, but it was calm and largely focused on frustrations over things like the village taxes and finances. But that devolved very quickly toward the end of the night when activist Jedediah Brown again returned to the podium and confronted Dolton trustee Andrew Holmes over sexual assault allegations. Brown started yelling and demanding personal answers from Holmes about the sexual accusations before he launched toward the front of the room and appeared to try and swing at Andrew Holmes. Brown was immediately surrounded by police and taken away. Trustee Andrew Holmes, who is also a well-known victims advocate, is accused of sexually assaulting a former Dolton employee during a village-funded trip to Las Vegas last year.
Okay. So I think that was trying to, would have thought I was paying attention at the beginning. Anyway, that was a news channel. I think it might have been 9 coverage. You see, breaking down when they were getting ready to report on the meeting from earlier this week. They started it off with, of course, what happened with Jedediah Brown. You saw just a little bit of clip of that. And what I want to show right quick is on June 30th, I was unsure if there was going to be a meeting on the following day, on the 1st or not. So I had gone over to the Dolton's Facebook politics page to see if they were, because they always are in it over there. They let you know if it's going to be a meeting. They organize, they tell each other what time to show up, move the barricades out the way, make sure our seniors can get some parking. Shout out to Dan Lee. Dan Lee be posted over there. Dan Lee is the older dude. You see him in all of the meetings, gray-haired dude, very reserved until he got hot over somebody messing with their senior parking. But shout out to him. And shout out to Tony Joy as well. He usually boots on the street. I've been trying to catch up with you, Tony. But yeah, so let me share the screen right quick. And this is when I was looking for confirmation that there was going to be a meeting the next day. This is a post I happened to see. Make sure I shared it correctly. I want to make it big for you guys. There we go. Post I happened to see. Now, let me get rid of me altogether. All right, there we go. A post I wanted you guys to see that actually was pertaining to Jedediah Brown. Okay. And I marked it because I saw something in it that I've been seeing on a lot of posts that I've been trying to figure out exactly who or what it is that they're talking about. And it's these YouTubers, I think, that have disparaging things to say about Mr. Brown. And I just didn't know if it was YouTubers in general, like us in other places, or actual YouTubers that are there, because there's some that are there that are, made channels or whatever. So I didn't know who they were talking about. But anyway, let's check it out right quick. This is unbelievable. And I'm thinking it was a post or something somebody in the administration, Henyard administration made. This is unbelievable. With all of your baggage, no one in the Dolton administration should be saying anything about anybody else, especially Tiffany or Keith Freeman, G Money. All right. The people of Dolton/Thornton Township should be applauding Jedediah Brown. Hand clappy emojis. He has been boots on the ground, vocal and visible. What were we doing before he got here and united us? This is appreciation. He's been pulled into court multiple times, and it continues. And he stands for us. How many of us have acknowledged him and his efforts? All the slander from YouTubers. Somebody, I don't know who this is, but it's somebody. All the slander from YouTubers, yet he still stands with us. He is putting in the work. No matter the outcome, the effort is commendable. No matter the outcome, the effort is commendable. And the dude does put on effort. He puts out effort. The effort is commendable. But we must fight for ourselves as well. This is being done to us. Either get on board or stop being a hinder to the cause. Don't be a crab in a barrel. All right. They were definitely letting their support be known for Jedediah Brown. That person was like, what were we doing before he got here? All right. All right. So right quick, let's check out Jedediah's actual full questioning segment that led up to the actual part where he was then in turn seriously questioning Trustee Holmes, and then before everything started. So let's look at that whole part in this context, and not just the part, the little clip that the news people had on here right quick. Let me share this, and if you don't mind, again, please hit that like button. Hit that. It'd be like LL, lick them lips, and hit that bell. All right, let's get Jeddy's time up in here. All right.
So I was a little upset and frazzled earlier. I'm just going to be very specific. First of all, I want to give kudos to your staff. Everybody finally seemed to have gained a mind of their own for the most part. And the respect that's given is the respect that's reciprocated. We could have been here a long time ago.
Also, right quick, if you do not mind, since we're on Jedediah's actual segment of his questioning and what ensued after that, after this is over with, let me know if you think that he should have even been arrested in the first place. I'm just curious. And yes, and it's going across the screen at the bottom. So let me know. All right, be quiet.
Definitely shocked and proud to see Brother Stan Brown, because I was ashamed to be a Brown, but it seems like you're finally catching up. And literally, I think that what the people are asking for is not unreasonable. And it is really interesting to see somebody sitting in the people's business speaking about not being prepared to answer questions of an elected official. And to think that they can do that with an attitude or sass or zestiness is a little disrespectful. And so I would encourage Mr. Freeman to make sure that the next time you come, you do like Kiana and just bring all your damn files. And then the last thing that I'm going to say is I did notice that my good fellow advocate Andrew Holmes is in the building. And that's why literally I wish that I would have looked up before I read the statement, because as it relates to you, you're the reason that I'm here. And you're the reason that everybody is going through what they're going through as it relates to an advocate, because you're supposed to be one. But you've been accused of something that's very shameful. And the least you could have done is given us a very basic and comprehensive statement, literally giving sympathy and understanding to a survivor, be it that you felt that it was true or not. And you could have at least declared your innocence, which noted you haven't done. And so I'm simply asking you right now, because me sitting here looking at your face, I'm utterly disgusted. Because how dare you take your ass back outside and stand with any family when there's a woman with a child that's waiting on a response from you, literally as an elected official and as an advocate about what you did. Was it consensual? Was it not? Did you rape that woman? Did you put something in her drink? And damn it, you gonna answer, and you gonna answer me. Promise.
Yeah, man, we recognize. You know, I'm going to.
Lock him up.
Hey, out of order. You out of order. You out of order.
Wow, I didn't notice that. Holmes hit him with the bring it on. Bring it on, son.
See?
They should have never let us in. That's a trustee. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up.
So that's my question. That's my question. Seeing it in the context of his beginning of the questioning to him actually being hemmed up, Mr. Brown, like the question says on the screen, do you think he should have been arrested in the first place? Okay, that's a question of, do you even think he should have been arrested in the first place? Now, getting back to where we started with this was our opinion as YouTubers, both content creators that aren't there in Dolton and viewers. Our opinion of how Jedediah Brown goes about his business isn't as important as the citizens and the residents. We read how the day before this happened, we read the post where somebody was like, what were we doing before Jedediah got here? Okay, we saw the meeting, we saw the altercation, quote unquote altercation. We pretty much saw him leave the podium, go towards the area. We saw that. And we know the backstory as to why. Very serious allegations from Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes hasn't said anything about it, but I'm pretty sure that's from advice of counsel or whatever, whatnot. But after this, of course, I went back to the Dolton Facebook page. The Dolton political Facebook page, and you'll see it on the screen. And I wanted to see what the opinion, you know, what was their consensus of what went down after this. I wanted to see what their opinion was after this happened. So let's check this out right quick. See what we got. Let's see, what was the first one? Oh, I've got these saved over here. These are going to be screen shares. File shares. All right. And let me know in the comment section, if you do not mind, if he should have been arrested in the first place or not. Very curious. All right, share window. Okay. There we are. All right, let's make this as big as I can make it. You don't need to see me. All right. First, this was the first comment that I saw the day after Jedediah was arrested. I love me some Jedediah, but let's be clear. He was wrong in the way he handled the situation because he played right into their hands. Specifically, Chief Lacey. He's having a field day with this. And Chief Lacey, the chief of the Dolton Police Department, was actually somebody that was quote unquote stalking Jedediah maybe about a month or so ago. And we use the term stalking because it was Dolton PD outside of the Village of Dolton, seeming to be telling Jedediah. What else we have here? Get rid of this one. Let's see what else the good people have. The day following. All right. Let's share this one. All right. Next one. So Jed was arrested. In my opinion, Holmes should be in the slammer as well. He got up and was approaching Jed with the intent to fight. Your opinion? First person replied, I thought Jed walked up with the purpose. We just saw him walk a little while ago. I'm sure that those that know him probably would say he would never fight, but I don't know him. He said that Holmes will answer him. He said, you're going to answer me today. And purposely walked up there. Just as an observation, I think it seemed threatening. I'd be up to defend myself as well if this was happening to me. But I also think something needs to be done about Holmes. Either charge him or exonerate him. It's odd that Vegas has charged him. Something is fishy. And something is either fishy or something's going on that we don't know about. But that is odd that Vegas seems to have things going on and going into effect about the night. Although that is where the alleged activity happened. So I guess it does make sense that they're the ones that's taking a look at that. Let's see. What number was that? Let's check out. Oh, was that the follow-up to that one? Okay, this is somebody responding to what Stephanie just said. So let's see what they said. All right, let's see what the response to Stephanie. All right, response to Stephanie. That Stephanie said that Jedediah looked, that she would have assumed that it was somewhat threatening, but she also was like, they need to charge him or do something. And then Dolores's response to Stephanie was, thanks, because I thought the same thing. It wasn't a good on his part leaving the podium, but he means well. So the appreciation of the intent is there. But so far, we've seen about 2 or 3 people that either saw what he did as a threatening act and maybe going a little bit too far, but they appreciated the intent. And so I appreciate being able to have a little bit of glimpse of I'm sorry, I just saw a comment from Shar. I know, Shar. I'm trying to get better at the work stuff. It's being very random. I'll get into it. I'm gonna get better. I will get better, Shar, I swear. I'm gonna work out some days and I will stick to some days and times and I will stick to it. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope the little one had a great birthday yesterday. I know that was exciting, right? And it was the 4th of July. But anyway, let me get back on these comments because we're reading comments from we read one before that got me on this in the first place. When I say before the meeting that took place on Monday, the 1st, because I was actually trying to confirm that they were having a meeting, and then I saw something that was showing support for Jedediah Brown, but it was also mentioning something about YouTubers that were having disparaging remarks about him. And I've been hearing and seeing glimpses of this before, and I can never figure out exactly who they're talking about. If they're talking about us people that are hundreds of miles away, or if they're talking about the YouTubers that are actually there in the city. So anyway, I saved that, bookmarked that clip for that reason. But then the meeting took place and Jedediah got arrested. And then I went back to see what the sentiment of some of the residents were post the arrest. So we were reading some of them. And so far, we saw some people that were pretty much saying that his actions could have been interpreted as being threatening. And some people were saying that Holmes should have been also arrested because he gotten up. And so we're just going through some of those. So I'm just trying to catch you up in case you just got here because I just saw your message, your chat message. So let me get to the next slide here, as Ms. Henyard would say. Next slide. I remember she had that one meeting. That's all she was saying. Next slide. Okay, that's that one. Yep, that was the next one. Here we are. Let's make this big. It's a little bit bigger. All right. Cool. We got RJ. Tell the naysayers to go. Tell the naysayers to light their blunts and sit on this YouTube live for 7.5 hours with only 15 participants. I got 21, son, with only 15 participants engaging while they literally beg for cash apps. You never hear me ask for cash apps. You'll never hear me ask for cash apps. Cash app donations on the back of Dolton residents. Jedediah Brown has and will continue to advocate for accountability from those elected to serve the people. Never underestimate my brother. And now I was joking or whatever, talking about I got 20 people and I don't ask for cash apps, but I get what he's talking about. And the reason I say that is because that's one of the main reasons that I get on here and I try to find ways we can actually support those residents if we care about them as YouTubers. And like he say, not trying to get something off their back, like watch hours or ad revenue or cash apps or super chats or whatever it is. I'm not knocking your thing, but I'm saying if on this channel here on the Independent Mail, we are a social and political channel. I focus a lot on scams and corruption and how that affects us as a community, whatever community you may live in, whether it's the city of Atlanta, the suburbs up here in Cobb County, or the Village of Dolton Township. And in doing so, when I talk about these things, I also want to see how we can actually help them. I've looked into the municipal bonds and the bond rating in the city of Dolton. So those of us that want to actually help and want to actually help these people get their community and get themselves back on their feet, once there's a change in leadership, we can actually put our money where our mouth is and do so. So I appreciate where he's coming from when he's talking about people having 8-hour Jerry specials and collecting cash apps. So I can respect that. Let's go to the next clip. So I feel you, RJ. So he's definitely supporting my mans. Let's see what we got, Shara. Two. Oh my God. Yo, I got somebody about to be a senior. She's at work now. Oh my God, so proud of her. My man Quasi, that's in the chat, the MC. He's got a youngster going to the Junior Olympics. I'm going to put up some community posts about that, so you'll know this is not some fictitious. Like my man RJ said, asking for cash apps. This is going to be a legitimate donation for a young man that is that in the regionals qualified to go off for the Junior Olympics. So shout outs to Quasi, great dad. Shout out for that. So you'll see that on the community page. But again, congratulations for those terrible twos coming up. Embrace them. You know it go by fast. Let's get on to the next comment from the citizens of Dolton after the Jedediah arrest. Let's see what they thought about this, because our opinions do not matter. Share screen. Next one. Who we got next? Why is it so small, L? Why were all the other ones so big and this one's so small, L? Can we fix that? Oh, now it's super big, at least for me. What is going on? Oh, that is my fault. That's better. All right. Oh, okay. What do we got? Allison. All right. I'm going to piss a couple of people off, but someone needs to say it. It's a time and place for everything. It's hard enough to get into a board meeting and okay. I didn't see all of this. I just saw I'm going to piss a couple of people off and I saved it. All right, let me start over. Get juicy into the comments. All right, I'm going to piss a couple of people off, but someone needs to say it. It's a time and place for everything. It's hard enough to get into a board meeting, and I do not believe and I do believe it's going to be harder now. We are all aware of what's going on. The name calling and the acting out in these meetings doesn't help. It only makes them clear the room. Now we have an advocate arrested, and we still don't have the answers we desire. Allison Janelle. I'm going to piss a couple of people off, and that's what usually happens on my channel as an independent. One day you're going to like what I'm saying, the next day you're not. It's the nature of the beast of an independent. So I'm going to piss a couple of people off, and I went snip, snip, clip. I didn't read every bit of it. We are all aware of what's going on. The name calling and the acting out in these meetings does not help. It only makes them clear the room. And I've said this a few lives back that I almost have to, because usually, what is happening? Prima Donna Bridges. What's happening? How you doing, everybody? How are you doing? Let me know where you viewing from, please, if you do not mind. Let me know if you think Jedediah should have been arrested in the first place. If you know what we're talking about, I'm sure you do, because you don't dump into a live about the Village of Dolton and the Thornton Township, and you don't know who the players are. And so let me know what you think about that. But she was very articulate in stating that not only did she not like what happened and how it played out, she was like, that particular tactic doesn't help in what they're dealing with. And that's what I was saying. I said a few lives back that I almost feel like Miss Henyard does this tactic on purpose, where she puts the comments in the front of the meeting as opposed to the end of them. What? Oh, no. We're not, I hate you went in here earlier. And please go back and check out the replay. We're not on Jed. If you were in here earlier, the very first part of this live, we stated that, and I'm saying we for the channel in here, that my opinion of what went down with Jedediah Monday and what the viewers of YouTube opinion, it doesn't matter. What matters is the consensus of the people and the residents that are there. And what we did prior to you coming in is we checked out some comments prior that were on the 30th, because I was trying to confirm that there was actually going to be a meeting on the 1st, because you know how Miss Henyard likes to and G Money and them like to play the shell games with the meeting. And that's when I saw some support for Jedediah, and it was saying something about YouTubers arbitrarily saying things about him. And I've been seeing snippets of that before, and I've been trying to figure out who these YouTubers are. If it's people that's hundreds of miles away, or if it's locals. So The meeting went down the next day. There was the arrest. And so then I went back to see what the consensus was on the ground as far as the people there. And so that's what I was reading, and that was what I was going through. So shout out to you, and shout out to you being on the ground. Yeah, hey, come on, Quasi MC. Yes. And of course, Jed is free. He was out the next day. But like I was saying, I was trying to get the consensus of the people and Prima Donna Bridges. Let me pop this one back up, because I was down and I was agreeing with my man RJ. Did I pull his down? Let me see if I can find it again right quick. Because he was being funny and getting YouTubers, and I was down with him. But let me get this right quick, because I want you to see his comment if you didn't see it. Is this the one about, because a couple like, come on, he was telling us to get our blunts and all that. Okay. Yeah. So RJ cooked on on us YouTubers. So it said, tell the naysayers to go light their blunts and sit on YouTube on a YouTube live for 7.5 hours with only 15 participants engaging while they literally beg for Cash App donations. And I've seen it. We've all seen that, especially for those of us that aren't even there. And Miss Bridges, I don't know if you've been to this channel or seen any of my videos before, but I am a channel that speaks against doing that. Like, if we're going to make videos and try to get watch hours and ad revenues or whatnot, then we should have a genuine concern and a genuine give back to the community. So that's why I looked into things like the Dolton municipal bonds and stuff like that. And it will bring me to my next topic, because I'm going to get off of this next, because I said two major things went down in the meeting earlier this week. One of them, and the one that got all the headlines and the biggest splash, was the arrest of Mr. Brown. And like I said, what I wanted to do in talking about that, I didn't just want to go, ooh, Jedediah got arrested. Oh, I really appreciate that. I really super duper appreciate that, Prima Donna. I didn't want to just be like, ooh, Jed got arrested. What you think about that? Should he have done this or should he have done that? No, I wanted to know what the people thought about it, because we didn't matter. Now, the other thing that I thought was a big deal about the meeting was something that I had covered a couple of weeks ago. And it was actually a bigger deal than the arrest for me. And that was the Village of Dolton Fire Department pulling up. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, I'm good. I got to pick my daughter up for work a little bit. That was the Village of Dolton's Fire Department pulling up. And a couple of weeks ago, I had covered a story, and I think Hannibal is Hungry probably did a video, and that was where I initially saw it. And I was reacting to that. And it was where a representative for the Village of Dolton Fire Department was saying, like, yo, we've been having deductions come out of our paychecks. I'm just saying it, I'm paraphrasing in a nutshell. I'm gonna show you, let him tell you better. But I'm paraphrasing, but he was saying, yo, we've been having deductions come out of our paychecks for retirement and insurance. And we've been finding out that these things have not been going to the third parties that are supposed to be giving us these said services. And in some cases, they've been getting claims denied. So that was something that came up a couple of weeks ago. And then this week at the meeting, they were organized and they showed up to one of the famous or infamous Tiffany Henyard township meetings. So since I'm on that, let's go ahead and share video and pull that up and see how the fine public servants of that area came and had to articulate it themselves. And please bear with me when I skip through this video a little bit to find that particular part. Okay. And if you're bored while you're waiting on me to find the appropriate video, I would like to implore you to please hit that like button and be like LL, lick them lips and hit that bell. Rock the bells and hit that notification button so you'll know the next time one of these random live streams show up. Shara, shouts out to Shara. I'm trying not to make them random anymore. I got to get this scheduling together. Once school start back, it's going to be on and this little girl quit working so much. But, you know, I got to commit to work ethic. Anyway, let me pull this video up. Can be getting sidetracked because the replayers be getting on me if I waste time too much. That's why I got to.
This village board meeting here tonight was contentious, but it was calm and largely focused on frustrations over things like the village taxes.
It's handling of village finances.
Skip. I want to get to to my
the
main man.
meeting. If you disrupt the meeting, you will be removed from our meeting. So if everybody would please stay in order and be respectful of each other. Whether you like what someone's saying or not, please keep your comments to yourself.
She like, cause I'm baiting y'all right now.
I'm going to address my residents. We all
I think he's
and
gonna
get to
come
the
after
point of
her.
anything is that we hold to it. This is our fight.
All right. Who's next?
I think it's my man's. Oh, I think he's after her.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Down because of
I'm looking for my fireman.
Ellis.
I did have intention of watching all these people, but I want to
settle
get
a
to
contract
There
and
we
refuse to
go.
bargain.
I want my fireman.
My name is Adam Fari. I'm the president of Dolton Fire
All
Local
right, Adam.
3766. I'm here today with fellow members of 3766 looking for answers. Since January of 2020, the village has chose not to settle a contract and refused to bargain with us. They have ignored all requests to reach an agreement and resolve the current situation going on within the fire department. After endorsing Mayor Henyard in 2021, she proceeded to replace our full-time deputy chief with a part-time deputy chief who contributed to her campaign fund. This is where the problems began. Local 3766 filed and won the grievance on a clear violation of our contract. What followed was a dysfunctional negotiation process, which leads us to inform the residents that we've been serving the village without a contract for 5 years. Currently, the village still refuses to negotiate, making progress extremely difficult and if not impossible. The second issue is our 457 accounts, which have been in litigation since 2022. This account is set up for individuals to invest their own money into a retirement fund. The money is with...
Hold on. Invest their own monies into a retirement fund. Almost all of us have that. Almost all of us fill that out with HR, and we do not think about it anymore. Just like they did. Except they didn't have the security of not thinking about it anymore. The people that save lives around there. Think about it. The fire department and it questionably saves more lives than policemen. They get called on EMS emergencies, fire emergencies, everything. You OD, a fire person shows up. You having a heart attack, most times a fire person shows up. They have an issue, nobody's showing up.
Drawn from the members' paychecks and is supposed to be sent to nationwide. The village does not follow these steps and has no accountability
Nationwide.
of where the money is or if they've spent it. Once this was discovered, the administration was informed via email by the previous union president that these missing deposits can be considered theft of wages. They react.
Keep that in mind, y'all. Could be considered theft of wages. It's theft of wages.
By placing him on an administrative leave for inappropriate emails. To this date, we are still 9 to 10 deposits short. This shows lack of accountability and is an act of gross negligence. The third issue, health insurance.
Gross.
Health insurance is covered under the collective bargaining agreement, Article 14. The members of the fire department have run into several problems with our premiums not being met. This has led members and families' claims being denied, but also being sent to collections. This has been brought up to the village numerous times.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. In the news one, the one I had from a couple of weeks ago, in the news interview, I'd heard him saying that they had claims denied. Him at this one, this is the first time I heard him say collections. Anybody that's had to grapple with credit issues does not want to hear about erroneous collections being on their credit report because they thought they had insurance through their employer and they find out they don't. And the claims are denied. And then that denied claim ends up as a collection on your credit report. And I'm putting my boots on and dragging hoses every day. Nice. Nice. Good job, Henyard.
All requests to date have been ignored. A grievance was filed and escalated to step 4. The fourth issue is our union dues. Per our collective bargaining agreement, Article 3, dues checks, the village is responsible for contributing union dues. We were missing 11 checks since 23, $12,610. We received 3 unspecified checks. This can also be looked at as theft of wages. Keith Freeman's response to the step 3 process was, this is an issue on the trustees that they do not vote for the bills at from the warrant list at the board meetings. The newest issue is work comp. In the past, we've had multiple issues with work comp to where members have been hurt on the line of duty and their claims have not been filed properly, which led to multiple members being sent to collections. I know that the police department is dealing with similar issues. So my question is, do we have workman's comp insurance? The Dolton Fire Department is here to serve and protect the residents of the Village of Dolton, and we do this with pride. We will continue to serve despite the fact our health insurance is not being paid, our retirement funds are being taken from us, and workers' compensation claims are not being handled properly. These are serious issues, and they need to be addressed and fixed immediately.
All right. Call the next person. Call the next person.
Call the next person. Call the next person. I don't care who stands up. It's one instance, but I'm gonna say this. I don't care in general, except this one thing. The exception I'm gonna give. It doesn't matter who is standing at that podium. And Prima Donna, please let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Please let me know if I'm wrong. It doesn't matter who's standing at that podium and what you say. Tiffany is not going to look at you, and her only response is going to be next slide or next person. Next slide or next person. I don't care if you are the fireman or if you are a woman that has lost her child. I am not going to look at you, and my response is going to be next person and next slide. The only time you'll get a response out of her is if you say something about her daughter. A couple of meetings ago, and she got triggered so quickly, she didn't really understand that the lady was complimenting the daughter while trying to throw shade on her. She was trying to say how well-mannered and articulate the daughter was, but as soon as she heard the daughter word, she was, head was up. Them fake notes and all that junk to be in her phone all the time when all the meetings going on, and this all she know how to do. She popped up out of that real quick. So that's just a little tip from somebody hundreds of miles away that's observing. When y'all at these meetings, first thing y'all need to do is address the little one. Address the little one if you want to get Tiffany to actually look in you in the eyeballs when you're talking. What we got? That's it. That's all. That's the only time she's going to address you. She's not going to address you or look at you or ignore. And I'm not even going to lie. As somebody that's, far away watching it, watching these things, that's one of the things that gets me the most. The fact that she won't even look at you guys. The fact she won't even look at you. She plays in her phone after she make y'all wait on a late meeting for I don't know how long. And then she sit there and play on the phone while she hopes she can agitate y'all enough to find a reason to clear the room. Grace and peace. DWC, what's happening? Jason, what is happening? Hey, man, we got Dear Woke Christian in the building. Hey, man, thank you for being up. It's late for us 50-year-olds. I had to try to get this live stream in here right quick before I got to go over here to the Battery after the Braves just got beat up on by the Phils and picked the little one up. How you doing, kind sir? I was just talking about how we were looking at the representative of the fire department talking about how they're basically having theft of wages by having these deductions and then not getting their and then not having their actual monies go to third parties like Nationwide for insurance or their retirement funds and things of that nature. And some of these guys, not only are they getting denied medical claims, they're getting sent to collections over it. And these dudes are lacing up the boots and dragging these hoses and doing the things that they do every day anyway. Like I said, I know it's past your bedtime. And she won't even look at these people were in the meeting, and that's why we're working on what we're working on with these ladies that can't even look at anybody when they're in hearings and town hall meetings and things of that nature. But if you guys don't mind, I want to share another screen, do another screen share with you right quick as it pertains to that's the bad time, as it pertains to the firefighters deal, because it's actually way more serious than I think Ms. Henyard may be thinking, because this is another angle of exposure to her. Come on, man. This is DWC gear right here, everybody. This is Dear Woke Christian. Y'all go check him out. If I had a moderator, I would have them put Shara, put Jason Lincoln in the comments. But y'all check him out. Dear Woke Christian, great content creator. Also does a lot of commentary on political and social issues, and does so from a right-leaning Christian lens. Very good guy. Go check him out. So yeah, I'm gonna do the screen share as it pertains to. Oh, as soon as I pull it up over here. It pertains to the firefighters and their missing benefits. Let's check this out right quick. There we are. And if you do not mind, please hit that like button again and be like LL and rock that bell, that notification bell. I truly appreciate it. Because sometimes Uncle Al, the old algorithm, he don't be helping me sometimes. So I need all the help I can get from y'all. Like I said, I ain't gonna ask you for a cash app, but I will ask you to rock the bells. Please, I ask y'all that. So let's check this out. Let me make this bigger and get my stupid self out of the way. Now, you actually heard the gosh, man, what was it, Adam? I should have remembered his name, because I love when he gets up and represents for the fire department. But he said on about 2 to 3 occasions, he said this could be considered theft of wages. Could be considered theft of wages. Now, this is I was doing this very quickly before the live stream was starting, like I said, because I got to go pick my daughter up. This is actually from the state of New York, but I'm pretty sure that the state of Illinois is going to have something similar in similar language. And this is actually for a team that actually goes after employers that do things that are considered theft of wages. And typically theft of wages is usually in quote unquote service jobs a lot, where it's like, hey, can you stay after a few minutes and help me clean this up, even though you're off the clock, or not paying time and a half, for overtime or things of that nature. But it's also considered, let's check it out. Let's see what they're saying. Our team investigates and endeavors to collect claims for any unpaid benefits and wage supplements that an employee has agreed to provide. An employee is guilty of a misdemeanor if he or she fails to provide employees the benefits and wages and wage supplements that they agreed upon. Let's check this out again. An employer is guilty of a misdemeanor if he or she fails to provide employees the benefits and wages. These guys don't have any benefits. Yo, you see it. Check out T Republic. Dolton must be stopped, not the citizens. Is dang on the Waterby Nino Brown and G Money and fake art and advocate R. Kelly. Those people need to be stopped. And whoever is, because let's get into this very quickly with the fire department's missing benefits fund. This isn't a one person. It's not one person in HR messing this up. This isn't one person in HR messing this up. This is several firefighters with deductions not going where they're supposed to go. It's a lot of rot there. And I feel for the citizens. And see, and here's the thing. When I saw this with this guy, I was almost hoping and wishing, and I'll ask this question right here because I'm not going to stay on for that much longer. Would you donate to a Dalton Fire Department GoFundMe if it was handled by a trustworthy individual, because I want to. There's no reason that I didn't even hear collections when I was first putting this together. There's no reason these people are enduring collections, even if they can get them off. The legwork and the time that they're going to have to use trying, well, you know, I work for this place. Perhaps you could Google it and you could see had this crazy mayor. She like would bring a stuffed rock wilder to the meetings and whatever, and she didn't pay our stuff. Really? Yeah, Google it. They made t-shirts about it. Dalton must be stopped. This is sad, man. So we got people getting arrested, trying to act on behalf of the people, regardless of whether it may be a little bit overzealous or not. The people decide on that. But then you have your public servants. Like these stories are real people. Shouts out to the fire department. Shouts out to Prima Donna Bridges stopping by. Citizen on ground up in Dalton. Dear woke Christian, thank you for staying up past your bedtime, checking me out. Quasi Jackson, motivational MC, thank you so very, very, very much. Shara, as always, you don't care how random, like a whack-a-mole, my dang on lives are. You are always in the building, and I always appreciate you. And I'm glad the 2-year-old had a great birthday yesterday, even though, like you said, I know she doesn't know what's going on. Super duper appreciate it. And if you guys happen to have any scams and corruption stories that you'd like us to do a deep dive into, please hit me up on IG, DM me at QTDub13 on IG. I'm definitely check it out. Shoot, I'll send you a StreamYard link, and you can get on this thing with me. We'll both talk about it. If you got a story for me, let me know. But I appreciate you guys that came by. If you don't mind, on the way out, please hit that like button. If you enjoyed the content, please be like LL, rock the bell so you know the next time I have some content coming on. And I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace and stay informed. I go pick my daughter up.